Hello. It was very stern. Welcome, everybody. Episode 45, y'all. Welcome, everyone. I'm so excited that you are here. Today, guys, today is our 1 year anniversary of being like a stream together. That's really cool. A year ago, I don't think to the day, but like to this week, right? Because like last year was not the same day, but we were singing happy birthday for Haley, who just had a birthday. So again, belated happy birthday to Haley. We have gone through some weird, wild times. We've had some one-shots that have been amazing, some one-shots that were like, okay, so that happened. Looking at you, Eloan Muskelvich or Muskelin or whatever his name was, and Jeffragon Bazagon, and just some weird stuff. In honor, though, of our 1 year anniversary, I wanted to take a moment for each of us. We didn't put together, it wouldn't have been fun to do like Sarah McLachlan style, like montage kind of thing. We didn't do that, but I do want to, in chat, if you've been with us for a time, please feel free to list your favorite moment, but I'd like you guys as well, here right now. What is your favorite or one of your favorite moments from the past year? And I'll just, in the arms of the angel. No?
Couldn't give us like the time to think about this.
I mean, we did mention it before we went live.
He technically mentioned it in pre-show, but we didn't say Haley before he said that, so no chance.
I wasn't listening. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I will start with an apology, though, so you guys can think for a minute. For last week, we had to move the schedule around, so I apologize we missed last week. We are back this week, and Haley's one shot got moved because of birthday stuff, so we're going to be having that in like a week or two. We will keep you posted on that one, too.
I'm so excited to be Faye with y'all.
Mm.
It's going to get Faye wild.
Oh my god.
It's mandatory. I'm a dad. I have to do that now.
Faye After Dark.
Oh my god.
Let's get unseely.
All right, but the three of you knew that we were doing this. So have you guys thought of any moments? Let's not ad lib an ad spot, guys. We do terribly about that. Okay, so let's plan a favorite moment. Nope, we do that.
It's not scripted. We have no chance.
No,
it's all horrible.
Let's go back to the recap here, guys.
You didn't know that, like, we always joke about Critical Role being scripted. We are a scripted show because we suck at this.
We're not scripted. Our ad spots are scripted, but the rest is not.
The rest is all genuine.
You could never tell.
Wait, you guys don't write out everything you're going to say for the episode?
I mean, just because
I write everything out. Every line that I say. It's all scripted.
Which is why he only has like 5.
I do it myself. Yeah.
I've never
Okay, thank you, Cal. The favorite moment from Calloway is the time loop dinner party. That was a really fun moment.
Yeah, that was good.
And a little thing about that was also like improvised. I had no idea that I was going to do that until like the last minute when I decided to do that because they were getting things done way too fast and it was not going to allow for other things to happen.
I want you to know, I could not ever possibly imagine improv. I'll just improv literally the hardest thing in storytelling. Fucking time travel. Let me just improv that shit. You're a mad
Nailed
person.
it.
You're a mad lad.
Insane.
Guys, you have no idea how much joy that brings me to hear you say that because literally most of it is like, I did not know this was going to happen, so let's do this. And then I'm like putting it in the notes, how do I make that fit for the rest of everything else?
We live to make your life difficult.
No, it's beautiful. I love you guys so much. So the time loop party is a great one. What are some other like really cool moments that you guys have had?
Okay, favorite self-serving self-own was when I said murder horny, and then the week like genuinely I screwed up in character while we're on the topic of improv. I said a dumb and said murder horny, and then next week I was like, oh, wouldn't it be funny if because Vix's first language is not common, that was just an idiom mess up, and so it was bloodlust, and so I fixed it the next week. I fixed that shit. My favorite combat moment was, I cannot remember the exact features we used, but I think Conlon, when Chorus like did some sort of fucking teleport to like Dark Souls plunging attack the undead shark in Loch Hilbrand. That shit was dope.
Yeah, well that was that's my favorite
good.
moment when Edie was like, y'all using old blood? She's like, nah, cuts her hand, squeezes it into the ocean. She fixes
That was good.
the issue.
Edie gets stuff done.
That was both
No patience.
That was like grimdark adorable and also just genuinely clever.
Oh no, go.
I think one of my favorite moments was jumping out of the second story window and taking way too much fall damage for
Brittle
what
bang.
it was. Yep. Really just nailing Chorus as a character across the board.
So good. Taylor?
I absolutely loved the whole scene with Void and Quoras at Go With The Flow. I was dying that entire episode. It was so funny. But I also really love the fact that Nemeia has a problem with doors.
Who doesn't?
Just tries to bust them down and they open the wrong way and just she has no luck with doors. I mean, that's absolutely hilarious.
She has such a hard time opening up.
Legit.
God, yeah. Gosh, some of my favorites.
I know what you were going with.
Don't know what you're talking about.
I meant emotionally. What are you doing?
The Under the Sea section where you guys like convinced the sharks to like go after the fighting fish, like after you tried to provide marriage counseling to the fish, and then you're like, oh, that's not going to work, so let's set you created Nemo,
Yes, we
basically, and that was amazing. Just you guys do all this kind of weird stuff. There have been many instances where I'm just stunned stupid because like I just can't speak because of what you guys do, because it makes me laugh so hard inside. It fills my heart with such joy and also such what the hell is even like what is your mind process and how did you get there? And I love it because that's exactly the kind of chaos I want in my life, and you guys do that.
Remember that time you prepped a combat for 5 people and then we convinced 2 of those characters to play a game of hide and seek and 3 of us were still in the fucking building?
And I almost killed
Miles
them
away
off.
from
Yeah.
combat.
That was when I jumped out of the window.
That was when you jumped out the window, yeah.
Yep.
That was the most gleeful I've ever been about like
Just
not
slowly.
about not metagaming and just like I don't know what combat's happening. La 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 la. Oh, I went the wrong way. I'll go back to the library.
There's a
La, la, la,
lollipop.
la.
I'll just lick this for a while.
Yeah.
I think my
Look for a
overall like
chat.
favorite moment though had to have been like the toy store recently. Like it was so much fun to see you guys play and interact and like to come up with this Willy Wonka-esque toy store that actually got to be something I executed, like that I, in my mind I planned out and then it worked and I was like, yeah, it works. And one of the few things that ever like works out the way I planned. Not the battle maps that I have done that never get used or I have to remake on the fly because you change plans, like fighting Vanessa, like, oh, we're gonna do this. That was not the plan. Now I have to remake a battle map really fast as we're talking. I'm like,
It's honestly really incredible that we didn't burn down the toy store.
It is.
That's-
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Good job, team.
But yeah, I mean, I with how Chorus was going into it, I thought that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. So I was like, oh, he's
Thought
gonna,
about it.
This poor innocent woman who's just bringing joy to children. Chorus is gonna murder her. Yep, that's about right.
We don't have portals. Don't be sus.
Don't
Exactly.
Don't be a portal jerk. What are you? Portal whore. But thank you guys for 1 year. Thank you to our viewers for 1 year. It's just getting going. You guys are only level 6? There's 14 levels still to go. This story has so much more to unfold. More about their stories, their lives, their history. So much more to go. More special guests to come. More giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, Winter Solstice, guys, is 2 weeks away. So we are doing another Fernway Dice giveaway. And I know that the Fall Equinox dice had not yet been sent out. If you are here was it Fart in the Wind that won that one? Fernway did just message me. There had been a lot of issues with getting some of the things worked out with those dice. And so they are done. They're getting ready to go out. And they just wanted me to let you know that they are doing that. But our Winter Solstice dice also are going to be going out. So we are going to be doing the giveaway for that next week, because Winter Solstice is in 2 weeks. It is on December 21st. So we want to do the giveaway hopefully a week in advance so that theoretically the dice will be able to be to you in time to play if you have a Winter Solstice game or a holiday themed game that you would like to play. So we do want to thank Fernway for being an amazing sponsor. Do not forget, Fernway gives us a fantastic discount, but all of our sponsors give us a discount. Fernway's TOI 10, I believe, is their discount for a 10% off your dice. And they have beautiful dice, guys. And my Fernway dice that I got, I believe, for either for Christmas or my birthday. I don't remember which one. I think birthday. These are what I have used majority of the time when I'm killing my party. They roll really well against my party, and I promise they will roll really well for you as well. Emberwind, TA Maps. TA Maps has been with us from day one. They've been our longest sponsor. They were our first ad spot, if you remember. We really appreciate TA Maps and all that they do. Day 20, Matt, thank you for sponsoring us as well with your company and what you produce. If you guys are enjoying Matt's character, the Inquisitor, not Inquisitor, is it Inquisitor?
Inquisitor, yeah.
Why was I
Nailed
thinking?
it.
I have too many words, brains. This character is so cool. Like in getting to watch, and Matt's never gotten to play it through from 1 to 20, and so this is a real fun play test for them as well. But you also have other really cool things as well, correct? You have modules that you've put out. Like we ran the House of Too Many Miseries. You have other classes.
Raz ran both the playtest of the Undying Master, and also there is the Court of Seasons that they ran a little bit of. And we just put out the Blightcaller Ranger with Haley will be playing in tomorrow on Thursdays. So that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. So lots of cool stuff. And I will tell you, I go to Matt all the time for like questions about like, hey, if I want to homebrew this or do this, because that's what Matt does. So guys, if you are looking for something that is not half-assed, Day 20 has stuff that is not half-assed. Not saying that any of our other sponsors
half-assed our content.
Because they don't. The content is whole ass or no ass.
I'm editing the website right now. Whole ass or no ass. That's
Buried Without Ceremony, guys. Quiet Year is so much fun. If you have 4 people that you want to play with, you don't need a DM. You don't need 4 people. You can play with, I believe, as little as 2. But it's so much fun. You're drawing cards and you're just coming up with wild, crazy scenarios and then just making weird stuff happen. It's a lot of fun. Level 1 gamers, you can get cool stickers, t-shirts, mugs, things like that. All D&D ideas, themed merch. And they are super friendly people as well. Just all of our sponsors are great people. Like I've interacted personally with all of them. So guys, check them out. You're going to love them. It's been a year and I'm so excited for another year. We're getting into the holiday season. We are going to be doing another History of Vengalia one-shot. I have a holiday themed one-shot that I'm going to be running December 19th. So in 2 weeks, it's going to be a fundraiser for March of Dimes. I'm going to be having, if you guys are on TikTok and you've seen Adventures in Ardia, the Roll for Sandwiches individual, Jake, he's going to be playing in that. If you are on Twitter and you know Jess the Human, they're going to be playing in it. I've got Took, I guess he's in my Sunday show. And then another individual who I'm just getting to know. His name is Sid. His is, like looking it up right now, it is Sundance Sid, is what he's known by on his socials. It is going to be a beautiful holiday-themed one-shot where it will be chaotic, because that is what I told them, be as chaotic as you can be. And that's what we're going to have. So it is going to be a fundraiser supporting March of Dimes, which is also an amazing cause. So you'll want to check that out as well. There will be giveaways for that. Fernway is giving away a dice set and a dice bag. They are making a leather dice bag. We are also going to have probably some gift cards and stuff that we'll be doing as giveaways as well. Oh, that was a lot. A lot of talking. Sorry,
it's been a lot of
year.
gaming. It's been a year.
It's been a lot of gaming. It's been a year. I'm so excited. Let's get on then with episode 45, guys. Let's do the sunset over Vengalia. This music change is honestly one of the things I look forward to the most. I wait for that, and so I can say these words. When last we left off. I love that part. The H.E.R.O.E.S. Which, since it's been a year, Matt, let's recap that. What does the H.E.R.O.E.S stand for?
Highly effective rapscallions offering esoteric services.
If you are new and you have not caught what that means before, the H.E.R.O.E.S stands for the highly effective rapscallions offering esoteric services. Speaking of improv, that was a pretty much on the fly, let's name our group kind of thing. Matt's really good at those because we have that and we have cake.
Lies. I've planned all these acronyms weeks in advance. I was planning group names since, like, sorry to interrupt the recap, but like in my notes, I had at the very top ideas for group names. And I had so many like fucking Edie references and shit because she was just throwing random nonsense out there. No, anyways.
And cake. The
I'm gonna need
H.E.R.O.E.S
those notes.
We're about to engage
I am.
in their most ferocious fight to date. The dreaded tickle fight. And in a tickle fight, no one wins, ever. You only just survive. Edie attempted to tickle Quoras ferociously, but could not gain purchase of tickling under the armor, and then tried to sweep the leg, which also failed kind of miserably, and it was beautiful. Once the tickle fight was over, though, the wounded were taken care of. The group descends to the common room of the inn to partake in a meal, but not just any meal, a meal of pies specifically. And there was an ungodly amount of discussion about pies, both in the session, but also pre-session. Guys, I don't know if you were aware, we'd been talking about pies for a good half hour before. We're not going to get into that right now, but let's suffice it to say, poor Conlon has never had a good pie. I'm just going to put that out there. But not only discussion about, but also consumption of pies, as they ordered sweet pies, meat pies, chicken pies, fish pies, like all kinds of pies. But also in the common room, there's a tiefling bard playing bagpipes and entertaining a lively crowd. And Edie is immediately drawn to and begins dancing, and soon attracts the attention of not only everybody who's dancing, but the bard himself. And soon also brings Nemeia in to dance with her. Void goes to the counter and gets food ordered for everyone. Quoras and Nemeia find a table that's only partially taken, enjoy their dinner of pie, while discussing with Aldym, the secret keeper, the head secret keeper, who chases away the two others that were sitting at the, dear God, Haley, who joined them at the table to give them more information. I hate you all so much right now. I'm glad you're all muted. I'm not going to look at chat for just a moment while I recap. The Masquerade Ball is being hosted by Grigor Bursk, a merchant dealing in ancient artifacts from before the Sundering. The Sundering being the time when the gods tore the earth apart. They are to make contact with Secret Keeper Falone if possible, and to keep his cover intact. After Aldym leaves, the bard comes over and introduces himself as Sinbar. He begins to talk with Edie and Nemeia, and they learn he will also be at the Masquerade Ball. He flirts a bit with both Nemeia and Edie before stumbling over his words. He then reveals he is the youngest son of a king on Laoface, and is over here representing his father. He hates serving in that role, so he spends as much time as he can in the taverns to be with more ordinary people, people who are able to live their lives as they see fit. He reveals that he, like Edie, had also been through a portal at one point that took him to the elemental plane of fire, and he had to make some deals to get back. He talks a bit more with everybody in the group before going back to entertain the inn's customers. Edie, also in one of my favorite moments of the past year, takes the opportunity to try to learn flirting from some local boys who attempt to teach her very poorly. Edie then tries to take what she has learned and tries to flirt with Quoras. Once again, very poorly. And asks Quoras if they are on a date together right then because they are having drinks. And the consensus is, yes, maybe they are on a date right then. Upstairs, Nemeia and Void prepare to get sleep, and Void apologizes to Nemeia for lying about being okay when they weren't okay. They were using their scar to show they were hurting, rather than letting the group know that they were hurting so it could be addressed. Nemeia confesses she's not ready to give Void an answer yet to the question that Void posed to Nemeia in the letter while they were gone, because there's too much going on to give it proper response. Dear God, Matt, why? When Nemeia goes to sleep, Void makes more ammunition for their weapon. The following morning, the group makes a quick shopping trip, comes up with a plan for the masquerade ball. They each get to have their own introduction, their own personas as to who they are going to be when they are at the event. They arrive, and Nemeia is introduced as Typhane and attempts to draw all attention to herself. The fact that she's standing there in a dress almost identical to that of the hostess helps her succeed in that. Edie follows behind Nemeia, fluffing her dress, helping to make sure people stay off the edges. While Nemeia is drawing attention, Quoras attempts to find Secret Keeper Falone and runs into Aldym Bagwell, the halfling trader from Ballantor, who has somehow found themselves invited to this event. Void runs into a person from their past by the name of Snurry Cragdelver, but he's disguised as Archibald Pettigrew, an older gentleman who just wants to discuss artifacts and business with people. In the end, he ends up having a brief discussion with Snurry about artifacts and is invited to the Petals Do the following evening to discuss more about work, but also to be entertained by the show, as that will be. The group comes back together and spots 3 individuals who could potentially be Secret Keeper Falone and are about to approach them when the dance is called to begin. And that, my dear inappropriate party members and friends, is where we pick up.
Whatever do you mean?
I don't even know.
Couldn't breathe.
Weird, right? You are all ferocious.
Stop it.
So the dance has been called to begin. And you see everybody lining up opposite. And it's masculine presenting people on one side, feminine presenting people on another. And for those who split the middle, take a side. The dance is about to begin. So,
I don't want to do this.
Why not? I'm already pulling Nemeia towards the side.
Okay. Is Gregor in line?
everybody has gotten in line. So Gregor is in line. His wife is in line.
Are they opposite each other?
They are opposite each other to start with, correct. But
Okay.
you recognize this pattern. If any of you have ever been to a social event before, you know these kind of dances traditionally are going to change partners throughout the dance, and you will dance with a multitude of people.
It's the chicken dance.
It's very much like that. Yep, exactly.
Well, I don't remember any balls I've been to, so...
You've been to plenty, I'm sure.
I assume.
We're just not going to have that moment to compose ourselves, are we? We're just going to have to power through.
Nope, it's a big middle finger to all you guys right now.
I will stand next to Cynthia so that her husband is the next partner that I dance with.
Okay. As the two of you stand next to each other, it is noted that you are both, again, now everybody essentially has a chance to note that you are both wearing almost identical dresses, and that your appearance is almost identical, in both of you having scars, both of you being very muscular, both of you being darker skinned, everything about you, other than your wings almost, is identical in most aspects. And it is very much a, like, did she do that on purpose? Like, you see people starting to whisper as you stand next to her.
She's a tiefling too, right?
She is not.
Okay.
She is a human, but just a ripped, tall, almost Amazonian style, like just big buff woman. Void would like her.
You don't know.
Oh, I do.
Big
You know who else would like her? Alicia would like her.
Now we do know
Alicia.
that. 100%.
Alicia's like sitting on the outside looking in. Why can't I be in there?
So I guess Edie's next to Nemeia.
Okay.
Do we see those 3 people that we spotted also get in line?
Everybody's lined up. Yes, there's nobody standing about besides the servants who are serving dishes and things like that. The employees.
Oh yeah, because I was flicking my tail before I hit Archibald in the face to point them out.
Oh goodness! No,
He's got
no
a big
worries.
lash. Takes 17 points of slashing damage. Archibald falls dead.
I'm old. Could I try and queue up near one of the 3?
Yes. Go ahead and just roll a. We'll say a. There's no odd number dice. So roll a d4.
D6.
Yeah, there we go.
I can
Thank
roll
you.
with. I
D6.
can roll on a bot to see. Oh, you just want a D3. Yeah, so D6 and divide by 2.
Yep. Boop. Or not divide by 2, but 1 and 2 is one thing, 2 and 3 is another. Or
Well,
3
divide
and
by
2 is
2
another.
rounded up.
Sure, whatever.
As
Just roll.
appropriate.
Just roll, Matt. Just roll.
It's a 2.
Okay. So you go pull up to the closest one to you, next to them, and the dance begins. And the music, it's a more of a lively, like waltz style, like dun, 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 like, you know, like people da 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 da. I want everybody to go ahead and start making a performance check. Let's see. Well, first let's do an intelligence check. I will say, Void, you've been in this type of community. You know the dance. That's fine. If any of you have ever been in this type of community, you probably know the dance. You can go straight to a performance check. If you don't, you're going to do an intelligence check real quick to see how quickly you get the idea of what the dance is.
So Edie has never been to anything like this, but she's been to a lot of dances before.
Right, but you don't know this particular dance, so you're going to be trying to get the feel for the pattern. So go ahead and roll your intelligence check just to see if you can grasp the dance.
It's a 10 minus 2, so an 8.
Okay. You're a little slow to get it. You don't not get it entirely. Go ahead and roll a performance check. I will say, just straight performance check.
I rolled
18.
18?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. You're not doing the same dance. You're doing similar motions. You're kind of like, have you seen that that meme? It's like the Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google Chrome. What do we want? You know, faster internet. You know, and then like they get through the whole thing, and then Internet Explorer is finally like faster internet. Like it's like you're behind everybody, but you're doing the motions. You're just behind everybody. It's like a Japanese dubbed film. The mouth keeps moving, and the words are finally coming out. But you do well. It's very beautiful. You're just a little behind. Void, what'd you roll?
I only got a 4, which I think is in keeping with what Void would
You're
want to
an
be doing as
you're
Archibald.
An old man. Yeah.
I'm old. Just
You
like,
know the dance. You're stiff. Your joints are hurting. You kind of like bump into people. It allows you access to viewing things a little easier as I gotta catch my breath, you know.
You gotta give me warning. I did not stretch beforehand. My hammies are tight. Tight as a leather-bound book.
All right. Nemeia, did you need to roll an intelligence check first?
I mean, I did. And I got...
Would Nemeia have ever attended a formal event like this before?
Attended a formal event? No. But she's a dancer.
But there's a difference between being a dancer and knowing
those are different dances.
And knowing a formalized, choreographed dance that everybody is supposed to be changing partners and moving your way through. So if you've never
She
been
knows.
there,
No, she knows how to dance.
but does she know this dance? That's fine. Just
She
give me a
would.
performance check. Okay.
She would.
Just
I
give-
did roll, and I got a 14.
Okay. You are very passable. Your dance is very nice. You're not stealing the show with your dancing, but you are not causing a distraction by like knocking things over with your tail. You are keeping pace with everyone else. Quoras.
I'm going ahead and just roll both because
Cool.
I thought it would be funny, especially since on my intelligence check I got a nat 1.
Mm-hmm.
So no clue what's going on.
Nope.
And then for performance, I rolled a really nice 8. So
Quoras, this
it's
is a
going
dance.
real well.
This is a dance? What is dance? You how did it best describe this? You're doing like the robot or something. Like you're like trying to do the movements, but you're just like it's so blocky. Like I don't understand. Like on the battlefield, you flow. Here, it's just so out of your element that it is awkward. You're stepping on people's toes. Your partner's like, please, what are you? You're there. That's what's going to be said for it.
Nice.
As you start dancing, Void, you're looking at this person specifically next to you to see if it is a partner. What are the others, or see if it's probably Secret Keeper Falone. What are the rest of you doing? Are you just dancing and enjoying yourself?
Who am I partnered with?
I was about to say for Nemeia, it might be just dancing but not enjoying herself.
Currently, it's
Hating
just
every second.
a random male person. He's a human. Most of the guests here are human. There are some intersperses of other lineage, but it is mostly humans here because this is mostly primarily a human community. But it's been open to other lineages before. Void, go ahead and make a perception check for me, if you would, as far as this person.
Guess who forgot dice? No, so I'm trying to use the D&D Beyond stuff.
How do you forget dice? That is almost a crime.
I was too busy not forgetting a child. 17 on perception.
You look, and the person looks similar, but unfortunately, you recognize from the description that Aldym gave you, this is not Secret Keeper Falone.
Jeremy, is that you? Oh no, I'm terribly sorry. Excuse me.
What? You're supposed to be dancing with her, not me. What are you doing? Get out of here.
My apologies. Glasses clearly are not what they used to be. I need a fresh pair of spectacles.
Spectaculars. Edie, what are you doing? Are you just having fun, enjoying the dance?
Yeah. Edie has completely forgotten why we're at the ball and what we're doing. So she's just having the time of her life, enjoying dancing.
Good. You continue working your way through the dance, shifting partners, changing partners. Quoras, was there anything that you wanted to do with your first partner as you're dancing, or are you just making a fool of yourself?
Yeah, Quoras is just falling apart on the dance floor. It's a hard tie for this moment and the spa being the most embarrassing times in Quoras's life ever. So, at least at the
recent,
spa there
too.
weren't so many people to watch him completely fall apart.
I love it so much. Perfect. Then you guys change partners and you move on. Nemeia, you end up dancing with Grigor. Edie, you have a new partner. This is a person who is much taller than you, and they're dancing and they're trying to they're looking down. They're probably 6'6" or so. They look down. They're trying to figure out how to do things, but they eventually they give up trying to do the official dance and try to match with you and just enjoy the flow and the movement and doing things with you. They try to spin you around, which is not in the dance at all. Nobody's spinning anything because
But I'm spinning.
but you are spinning, and so they're yes, let's just embrace this moment. They go with that. Void, you move on to another woman, and this time she is just trying to be patient with you and your old man self, and she's do you need help? Are you?
I'll get there, don't worry. Watch the left foot slower.
Watch out for the old left foot. You just pivot around in a circle because your left foot doesn't move very well.
Would I be able to maneuver closer to either of the other two people that we identified, or are they like way the hell off on different
the other
parts?
two are like kind of spread out a little bit. Go ahead and make a perception check to see like how far away they might be.
Sure.
And of course, are you still just dancing poorly? Are you trying to do anything else other than?
Can I make another performance check?
Yes, you sure can.
Can I do this one as a dex performance check?
Yes.
All right. Just brute force. It's not like pageantry. It's just pure movement.
Just pure movement.
I'm gonna stop rolling.
Please just tell me.
It's a nat 1.
Yes, it is.
For 4, which is better than.
It's worse.
Well, it's worse than my initial performance check. It's better than my intelligence check. Yeah.
It's almost like you forgot how to live at this moment. Like you're just so embarrassed, so caught up in like the fact that people are now watching you, and you've never, like, in combat you succeed. I mean, yes, you've been knocked unconscious and you've been close to dying, but that's what you know. And this is, you can't stab this. If you do, that would probably cause a lot of problems. So there's just, you could try. You are just so embarrassed, and you overthink it, and you're getting in your head, and you're getting the yips, man. You are tanking it as you keep going. You're bumping into things. You knock over a server carrying a bunch of drinks. You are just really, you're having a rough time. Void, what'd you roll this time for your?
Just an 8.
Just an 8. You lose track of them in the initial shift for this round of dancing. Nemeia, you are dancing with Grigor. Is there anything you would like to do while dancing with Grigor?
Such a splendid evening.
It is. You look
I must say,
ravishing, I suppose. I have very much similar to my beautiful wife. Was this intentional?
you look ravishing was the intent. However, to look so similar to your wife was not. So, my sincerest apologies.
I'm going to be hearing about this for the rest of the month. At least.
Oh, I'm sure she has plenty of other splendid dresses to wear.
She does. But this was her time to shine, and you are sharing some of her shine. Not your fault. You had no way of knowing. She'll have to deal with it.
Perhaps we can share the limelight.
What do you have in
Equally.
mind?
We won't make it a competition between ourselves.
I need you to speak plainer. What are you offering?
I'm just saying, I'm not trying to steal the show.
Okay. Well, that is good.
And-
that she would hate, and that might cause a problem.
We're not here to cause problems tonight. This is a masquerade ball for fun.
Indeed. Well, it is wonderful to see you. I've never met you before. You said Typhane?
Yes.
That's an interesting name. Very powerful.
Well, I am very powerful. It's fitting.
His wife is kind of like glaring at you again. I can tell. Well, I hope you enjoy yourself. If my services can be of any use to you, please let me know.
Oh, I absolutely will.
Indeed.
Thank you
And
for
the
the
dance
dance.
Continues. You shift again.
I was going to say, can I see chorus?
Yes. Everybody can see Chorus because he's the only one making a complete and utter ass of himself on the dance floor at this point in time.
Would you excuse me, Gregor?
Of course.
I'll step away as partners are changing, and I'm going to go rescue chorus.
Okay. The woman he's dancing with thanks you as you take her place.
Need some help?
Gods, Nemeia, this is... what am I doing? Yes,
Just
save me.
okay. Hold my hand, hold my waist, and just stand on my feet.
I do it. Absolutely. Like a
All right.
child dancing with their parent.
All right. Go ahead and make a group performance check here with the two of you. Nemeia, I will say, of course, you can roll an advantage this time because she is assisting you by letting you dance on her feet.
Sounds good. I have to figure out which dice to use. None of them are rolling well tonight.
They're all traitors.
I got my dice jail, so the one that's already been bad.
Oh.
There. Yeah.
You're a naughty dice.
Performance check.
Performance checking still can be dex based.
Cool. Then that's
You
a
do
19.
not need more of that energy.
All right, and Nemeia, what did you roll?
I got an 18.
Okay, perfect. With the familiarity and the friendliness and the no pressure, Nemeia coming over, and it's a little embarrassing for a moment, but you finally relax and calm down enough and find yourself getting in the flow of the music and dancing with her. The rest of you switch partners, and Edie, you find yourself face to face with a familiar tiny little halfling. Aldym Bagwell is standing in front of you, and he's dancing. And oh, I know you. I mean, shh. You're muted.
What? Why? Shush.
I don't know. The hairy one told me to shh. Although he's not hairy as much anymore. That was
Here? Chorus?
yeah, that's his name. He's not as hairy anymore. He said a shh.
Oh,
I don't know.
me either.
I think I'm not supposed to we're supposed to pretend, and he's still trying to dance with you, but you're still doing your thing. So he's like,
Yeah, I start twirling him.
oh, okay. I was just told to slow down.
Yeah.
Just to Dizzy. Just to try to pretend, be cool, I guess, to not draw attention.
Oh. I thought I got told that we're supposed to be getting attention. I think I remember that the most.
We're getting conflicting stories.
I know. That's
Should I
okay.
be-
I'll double
should I-
check with everyone.
Should I try to draw attention?
We'll see if we can make eye contact with anybody and double check.
I could bring Gary in. He's out in the stables.
Can Edie just start scanning
Yeah.
for eye contact with any of the party?
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, anyone. Anyone makes eye contact with it. I 3.
Nope. You don't see anybody looking back. Quoras and Nemeia are pretty occupied. Void is busy being old. Nobody in the party seems to catch your eye.
Let's wait. You said shh. Maybe that's the right one. I'm not sure.
Okay, well,
Guessing.
you're a really good dancer.
Oh, thank you. How is he doing?
He's doing okay. He's let me see what he does here.
We grooving?
You vibing? He's got a 15. So he's doing his own
nice.
little he's light on his feet for a halfling. He didn't have second breakfast today. He just skipped it to save room for tonight. So he's enjoying. Yeah, you guys are having a good little dance. Void.
Lovely.
Who are you doing? What are you doing? You've moved on to a new.
What was that first question?
What? Nothing. Who I am?
Who are you doing?
Who are we talking about?
What you doing?
You've moved on to a new partner. It is another just a random woman that you don't recognize, but you are dancing old. Anything else you want to do on this round of partners here?
No, I think for the sake of appearances, Archibald is going to continue just sort of attempting to engage in small talk, but the only small talk he has in his repertoire is this one artifact. It was very weird. They conjugated the word the incorrect way for typical modern draconic. So it is very.
It's really interesting.
Boring the pants firmly on any dance partners.
You see their eyes glaze over, and they're looking beyond you, God, the musician's gonna change. Call for the change. Call for the change. And eventually,
just using that to scan the crowd and see if there's where the other two figures are at all.
Yeah. Make another perception check.
I need to switch dice, but I can't at the moment. Okay, I'm gonna change at least the colorway of my dice in a second. 11.
Okay.
Passive is 13 if that counts. I don't know if
right.
I.
You look around and there's a lot of people here, so you're not seeing them right now. But again, you recognize that it's kind of like moving in a circle as like far as the shifting. So you know that you will come around to them again soon if you haven't already.
Then yeah, Archibald is maintaining course and shambly old speed.
You make another pass. You guys start changing partners and working your way through. And of course, you feel a little more confident now after you're dancing with Nemeia. You are now passable. Not as comfortable with the other partners, but you are not knocking things over and people over. When you keep moving and you end up face to face with one of the individuals standing next to you, I should say, not face to face because you would be on the same dance side, who could be Secret Keeper Falone. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Keep asking me to roll dice, and it's such a bad idea.
Well, I just want you to be loved.
I don't know what number that is. I've never used this dice before.
Sometimes I want you to roll without me killing you, is all.
Perception?
Yes.
13.
Okay. You look at this person, and they are really close. Very well could be him. It's a good lead-in. Chorus is also dying.
Yeah, sorry.
Watching.
I'm getting over the flu, so
Or
talking
getting
makes
worse,
me
so to
cough.
speak.
Yeah, one of the two. Could be. What was I saying? I'll try to get somebody else's attention. Probably Void if they're close.
Okay.
I would theoretically be looking possibly in his direction.
Yeah, you'd be looking. You would have been looking for that, so it would be relatively easy because you see Void looking, trying to glance somebody.
Are they on the other side? Like, if Chorus and I just swapped partners, would I be with
No,
them?
you've switched a few rounds since then. You guys are now kind of spread out away from each other. Although you and Edie are still relatively close. You moved, so you would not be next.
Uh-oh.
Man, Robert Tables jinxed us.
We're gonna get into content quick.
Edie anymore
Nah,
because you
yeah,
moved
no,
away
that-
from everybody, of course. Am I back?
You're back.
You're back.
Yep, you're back.
Okay.
Nope.
Weird.
Yep.
My internet didn't go anywhere, but apparently it did. So you guys have changed up enough that you would be separated, and Nemeia, because you moved to go be by Chorus to dance with him, you're away from Edie as well. So you and Edie are now separate. You guys are all four in just separate locations within the group now.
If I see Chorus trying to eye Morse code at me, I'm going to cast message. And yes, what is it?
I think this might be our guy. I'm not sure. Do you recognize him?
Would I also see? Would
You
I
can
be able
see
to
him.
recognize him, or
You guys have a description. You wouldn't recognize the first person that you looked at did not meet enough of the description. This guy's pretty close, so it's you don't know him, so there's really only one way to be sure.
well, he looks as close to the part as I could tell. If you would like to initiate the code phrase, then we might be able to get a sort of a greeting.
Sure, I can do that. What was the code phrase again?
The code phrase is that dirt under your fingernails?
Oh, that's right.
And you are expecting
Alright.
the response, no, I keep my nails clean.
All right. Well, here goes. And Chorus is going to, I don't know what role you want for this, if you want acrobatics or what, but he's going to intentionally fumble his dancing once more and trip into this person, attempting to knock them down without actually hurting them.
I'll say an acrobatics check.
Perfect. Please don't screw me, dice.
So
Ooh,
you're
that's
gonna
not
try
bad.
you're trying to knock him down and end up like on top of him? Is that what I'm understanding?
Just like knock him down so that I can pick him up and like, you know, apologize kind of thing.
Sure.
A 19.
Yeah. You go back to kind of your herky-jerky movement dancing for a moment and stumble and like step right on his foot and kind of push him at the same time, and so he can't move to catch himself, and he falls to the ground.
Oh my, I'm so sorry.
What happened? Why would you?
Look,
You are clumsy.
I am not good at dancing. I don't know if you saw
Clearly.
before. And then I'm gonna grab his hand, and as I pull him up, say, "Oh, is that some dirt under your fingernails?"
What? No, I just went to the spa. I've had them done. Do you like? And he like holds up his nails.
Yes, I actually think I probably went to the same spa as you. It was a wonderful time. Again, so sorry about that.
Who treated you?
A little bit of everyone, I believe. I don't remember what their names
Who
were.
was your favorite? Oh, that's not my problem. You got to make it up.
Cynthia? Look, I was a little out of my depth. As you can tell, I'm not necessarily used to this sort of societal level. New money, if you would.
Cynthia. He starts thinking. He's like, wait a minute. Who's Cynthia? Did you mean Cindy or Charity?
Yes, exactly.
He looks confused and he like goes back to like dancing with his partner.
Chorus is gonna catch Void's look again, and because I can't do message, so
No, Void immediately like sends like, "This is a message for you to reply to."
Wrong one. Didn't know the code phrase. Has been to the spa though, so.
Oh, well, good. Maybe we could go again with him sometime. I'm getting distracted. This narrows it down to just that one, because the other one definitely didn't match. And I'll like eyeball like designate which one the remaining guy is.
Actually, as you try to do that, you see he's not there.
Motherfuck! He's in the wind.
Well, that's not good.
Like a fart, maybe.
like a fart, even. Speaking of, perfect time for me to be old, and I'm just, if you'll excuse me, and Archibald's going to like excuse himself from the dance and go looking for said third option.
Okay. You shift again, and Nemeia, or should I say Typhane, you find yourself face to face with Stedd Dundragon, the Master of Coin. And he looks at you. Typhane, is it?
Yes.
I've heard of a Typhane before.
Oh?
I didn't think she would be bold enough to come back. And at this moment, you feel the presence of two people come up behind you. And you turn and see Kingsguard standing behind with you. We're going to go have a talk now.
Really? Is this really the time and place?
And Dominic Godefroy comes up as well. This is not the place to make a scene. Would you please come with us to answer some questions?
Would I see this happen?
You started going off to try to track down the other person. I will let you make a perception check. I will say at disadvantage because this is kind of like out of the realm of what you were looking for, and she's not near you.
My only argument for noticing is Void would definitely notice Nemeia.
Sure.
It's Nemeia, big winged flaunty dress. And also, I think in my magical theater of the mindness, she is between me and Chorus. So our eye line would have been going through them in the dance, I think.
You've stepped away and the partners have switched again and stuff.
I wasn't sure
Yes,
if
you can
wibbly
make a
wobbly,
look-
timey wimey.
Yeah, I will let you make a look for it, but it will be at disadvantage because this is not something that would have actively been on your radar while you search for another person.
Okay, damn it. I was like 26. That's not possible. But
No.
14.
All right. You just see it out of the corner of your eye.
I am going to not shift my face, but I will shift my vocal cords to match. Oh, what is her name? Spymaster Aldym's voice.
Okay.
And I will send a message into Stedd's head. Do not interfere with an official operation, or we will have problems.
Can he respond to that?
Yes.
You have no jurisdiction over this one. If a murder has been done, then they will stand trial.
We will talk about this at the next council meeting.
Yes.
She is
we
working
will.
for me right now. Leave her be.
It's not happening.
I fucked up.
You bring out manacles.
Can I send a message to Godefroy?
You can.
Same voice. Unless you want certain details being shared, you will not interfere in my operations. Leave her be for the time being.
I don't know who this is, but Aldym does not possess this ability. Please, don't interrupt official investigations. If she is suspected of murder, she will stand for questioning. Take her.
I'm gonna switch one more.
Easy.
I'm gonna switch back to Archibald voice. I'm gonna send a message to Edie.
Yeah.
Maximum chaos right now. They're taking Nemeia away.
Okie dokie. Maximum chaos?
Nope. I'm walking after
You
the
have-
other guy.
Yeah, you have one. You have one shot. She's being arrested.
She's being
The
arrested, and so okay. I just need to. Let's do like we're freezing Sherlock Holmesing this right now. Dialing in. How far away is Nemeia from me, and how far away are we from the door?
She is probably 60 or so feet away from you.
60 feet from me.
Away from the door, there are several doors, so there are several ways to go. But she's being taken for questioning at this point.
The handcuffs aren't necessary, gentlemen.
If you will come along peacefully without them, then we will not need them.
Of course, just stepping aside, are we?
We are going back to the castle.
But this is a party. Surely we
Yeah.
can do questioning here.
This is not a place for questioning. Edie, what
Very
are you gonna
well.
do?
Void said maximum chaos. So
Good.
Edie casts enlarge on herself. And just starts kicking over tables.
God. As you get
And
bigger,
return to wait, sorry, I have to make eye contact with Aldym first. Can I do that?
yes.
I want to make eye contact with Aldym, and I just want to I cast message to him, and I just go, "It's time," and then I just grow.
Time for what?
He
Oh,
said he
God.
wanted to do a distraction with me.
Okay, so he immediately runs for the stable to go grab
Perfect.
Gary.
Great, wonderful.
Get Gary in on this.
Yeah.
Starts dragging Gary, and Gary's like looking around, like freaking out.
Is there enough grass in
guards-
here?
The guards stay with Nemeia. There are other guards on the property who go to try to subdue you.
Well, I want to,
What-
as I'm kicking tables, I'm walking straight over to Nemeia to try and separate her from the people and all of those bits. And
The guards stand in front of her and pull weapons and hold them at you. And Stedd looks at Dominic. Do your job! And Dominic stands there. Stand down. If she is innocent, it will be proven so. You're muted.
Duchess Shimmer, it's fine. Please,
I
go
wasn't
back and
making it look. I wasn't making it look like I was like doing anything to do with Nemeia, if that makes sense. I wanted to just make it look like I was throwing tables in that direction and like making my way through, and just walking away. Does that make sense? So like where she is.
Yes, but Dominic knows that you two go together. That you two have been together as part of this. He's seen you guys together.
Okay, never mind then. I just keep walking.
Let's walk out.
I walk completely the way out.
He's like, well, okay.
That's it. Edie's gonna now try and find somewhere to hide until she can spot Nemeia.
Okay, fair enough. Nemeia, you are not cuffed, but there are more guards around you, including somebody who looks to be wearing robes of a mage variety, in case you decide to act out. And they escort you out of the party.
Gentlemen, I can assure you, I don't know what's going on.
We're just doing our job, miss. Please don't make it worse than it has to be.
I'm not resisting.
Exactly.
I just don't know why I'm under arrest.
From what I understand, it's suspicion of murder.
Murder?
This one, and they direct their head back at Stedd. Some years back, his son was killed. And apparently you resemble the person suspected of the crime. And the name you give was the name of a worker at a certain establishment who went missing at the same time.
That is correct.
So...
But I didn't kill anyone.
Well...
We were attacked.
You'll have your chance to answer questions. And they continue escorting you away. Edie, it's easy enough to see her as they're not being very discreet about it. If you want to follow along, you can. If you want to try to do so stealthily, you can. If you want to do so openly, you are welcome to, though they would try to keep you at a distance.
Gonna follow along stealthily. She doesn't have any of her bells on.
Okay. Go ahead and make a stealth check then as you are following along. We will just message me what you rolled. We will return
and
to
as soon
the
as I
party.
ran out, thank you for the win, I did release the enlarge once I had gotten outside.
Good, because it would definitely be very hard to be discreet as a
12-foot tall Edie just...
Yes. 22.
Okay, perfect. We return to the party. Archibald, and Quoras. Quoras, what are you doing? Are you now attempting to go with Void, or what's happening here?
Yeah, I think I was stuck with Void just because Nemeia can take care of herself, and I'd be a little concerned about Void getting into some trouble chasing down a clandestine meeting with some random person that we don't know.
Okay. So the two of you meet up, and I would say at this point, are you going openly, or are you trying to be stealthy now?
I'm not going openly, but my stealth is, I'm old, where's the bathroom? I'm just looking around for where this guy went and doing the classic dinner guest roaming the halls maneuver.
So you're trying to still blend in a little bit. So I'll say a performance check. It's like a charisma-based stealth check.
Okay, charisma-based stealth check, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I gotta do math. Okay. 15.
Quoras, are you trying to stay with him, doing the same type of role, or do you want to go more stealthy, like stick to the shadows kind of thing, and kind of give him a little space?
Yeah, I'll go more shadows. Like, I kind of want to see, like as he's going around, if anybody's watching, and like, I'll stick to like the corners a bit more.
Okay. So go ahead and make your standard then stealth check.
15.
Okay. And then you are trying to track down where he went. You guys make your way. Do a investigation check. I'll say you can do it separately since you guys are separate. Like you're not together doing it.
18 investigation.
17 for me.
If I cut out those 18, sorry.
Yeah, gotcha. You guys make your way down the halls and kind of just like, as you're just not drawing attention because you're doing the old man, where's the bathroom, where's this, need some liniment, some liniment for my joints, kind of thing. You're just, you're working your way through the halls, and then you briefly catch out of the corner of your eye a figure that matches the description duck down another hallway. You follow behind, and you see him meeting with the other person that you had been interacting with at the top of the stairs. Your Snurry, Crag Delver, and him appear to be having a conversation.
Does it look like they noticed us yet?
So far, you appear to be remaining undiscovered.
Okay. I'm gonna like wait out of line of sight for like 5 seconds.
Okay.
And then just start ambling in that direction. Not like purposely moving like in pursuit, but just like assuming they haven't moved, just heading that direction.
So you're trying to kind of like head off where they're going?
Are they still on the move, or I thought they like meet up and they're talking?
They've had
now.
a meet up and they're talking. Yeah.
Okay, if they're stationary and talking, I'm just walking that direction, but I'm not necessarily like walking towards them. I'm like looking at the walls and like, this stone looks very similar to the Temple of Kobadai.
Okay. You get closer. Are you trying to do anything else to it? Or are you trying to just eavesdrop?
If I can eavesdrop, like walking up just to get like a snippet of what the conversation is about, that would be ideal. I'm not like pausing and lurking at middle distance. Like, what are they talking about? Like, if any casual info I can get.
Okay. As soon as you kind of come into sight, they get hushed real quick.
Okay.
Can we help you with anything?
Oh, no, I seem to have been... Oh, Snurry! It is good to see you again. Apologies, I've just been sort of walking about aimlessly. Got a bit tired from the dance and thought I'd look around a bit.
Yes, that happens, I suppose.
I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you, sir. How are you?
Really, the dance is out there. You should be back with the rest of the dance. We are just... real quick catching up. We will be back out shortly.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry if I've interrupted anything. Is that some dirt under your nails? I have a spell for that if you need it.
No, I've just had them keep them clean.
And Archibald's gonna give like a little pause of like a facial expression at him, and then be like, "Oh, very well then. I suppose I'll find my other left foot and get back on that dance hall, so to speak. It was lovely to meet you and lovely to see you again."
Yes, the pleasure is mine. Yes, don't forget tomorrow. We're supposed to meet tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow, yes, absolutely. And I'm just going to walk back the other way, and once I am facing the other way, I will whisper into my ring back at him. Just hoping for a little meet and greet.
done with this, I will find you.
I'll be at the punch bowl.
Okay.
That's not code, I'm literally thirsty.
All right. Chorus, you following him back?
I think Chorus would stay and just keep an eye on him because he hasn't been seen yet.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, you haven't.
Yeah,
definitely.
Not like probably not within eavesdropping distance, but just like keeping an eye to make sure that nobody's getting shanked in a hallway at a party.
Okay. So you are watching what they're doing then. They're trying to be pretty careful with what they're doing. Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you catch what's happening here.
22.
Okay. You see, like, they are having some discussions. There's a little moment where it gets a little bit heated in their discussion, and finally, Secret Keeper Falone sighs and like reaches into like his robe and pulls out something and slides it across to Snurry, and Snurry's like, "Thank you," and slides it back up her sleeve as well, and then walks past you and walks back towards the party. You didn't catch what was exchanged; it was kept kind of palmed, but you did see that something was exchanged between them.
But like something small enough that they could keep it in a sleeve and palm it, kind of thing. Okay. Cool. I'll head back.
Okay.
Once that's done.
All right. A few moments later, you are approached by Secret Keeper Falone at the punch bowl. You use the call sign.
Oh, yes. It's good to meet you. We were just hoping to discuss a few things. And I'm going to use coughing to like mask more of the message spell. And I'll say in the message spell, Aldym was hoping to catch up on what may or may not have happened to some figures of interest.
This isn't the place for that. Why would you send an old man?
Huh?
Oh, I see.
Sorry.
Actually, a baby.
Actually a baby. Haha. Ooh, it's Cherry. I did not expect that. Apparently looks can be deceiving sometimes. Said out loud.
I see. Well, if they are deceiving, then this is a... Set it down. This is not the place to have this discussion, then, is it? I suppose if you are able to do this, you might be able to do other things as well?
Well, it certainly depends. Plunging into the depths of an unknown cavern and rescuing artifacts of an unknown value, that all of the day's work.
Maybe I could introduce you to somebody if you are looking for work. We always have need of new faces, new hands.
Certainly. Where could we have a more prolonged conversation?
Not here. Tell you what, after the party tonight, find me. I will be at... Which one? Which one do I like to go to tonight? Ah, yes. And he whispers, you know the pub that's in Upper Gakos. It is... No, wait, not Upper Gakos. Which one? Where was it? Was that
Lower
Gakos?
Gakos.
Yes. The Ye Old Bears.
I do love a good bear. Just gives them a friendly elbowing in the side.
Yeah. Yes. Meet me there.
Certainly. Can I assume that it'd be a friendly game of poker?
Well, I mean, money will be exchanged if you lose or win.
Oh, certainly. Just wanted to make sure that we were going into sort of a known speak and spell. I'm getting lost in the double talk. Just takes a swig of
Just
punch.
meet me at the Ye Old Bears. It's fine.
Very well.
And we will discuss more there.
Should I come with friends, or is this more of a solo thing?
If you have friends who would be of like mind or like talents, it would not be amiss.
Yes,
as long as you're clean.
Yes, I could most definitely assume I will make sure and spruce up a bit before heading over there. Just need
not what I meant.
I know it's not what you meant. It's gonna double talk. Okay, we're mixed messages, mixed drinks. Do not mix. Good to see you.
Yes. And your name?
Archibald Pettigrew.
Yes. And your name?
I said Archibald Pettigrew. And then I will whisper into the ring, Void.
Very good. And then he whispers back to you what his name will be for the fake cover that he has. And it is about that. It's going to be Isaiah Pumant. Pumant.
Pumant. Okay. I will see you there, and I will walk away.
As you walk away, we will go ahead and take our break. So come back in 10 minutes and we will pick this back up to see what is going on.
Nemeia getting arrested.
She mucked up. She messed up real bad.
See if Sinbad can just go in there and tell some jokes.
Sinbar.
Sinbad, that's what I said.
Sinbar's a comedian. I mean,
Sinbar.
What? All right, we will see you guys in 10 minutes.
Sinbard?
We'll do that.
We are back. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh,
In case you are just, in case you are just joining us, we have been at a masquerade ball. There's been some dancing, some bad dancing, some old man dancing, some knocking stuff over, people over. There's a light that just came into view. It's turning. It's all kinds of wild stuff.
They don't see that.
Important to note, Nemeia, or Typhane, was taken in for questioning. She encountered Stedd Dundragon, the Master of Coin, and he was accompanied by some guards as well as Dominic Godefroy, the general of the Seison forces, and detained, taken into... Well, hello, first time chat. Wow, gosh, people are like, did somebody do something wrong? Like, okay, what are you guys trying to make up for? Like, this is wonderful, but it just feels like, I don't know, it's just so much goodness. Is this just all good stuff just because? Now you're just really dark, Matt. What's going on?
Hi, Matt.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Why did it look like a Starbucks?
Pay no attention to the...
Pay no attention to the man behind the mask. Typhane was taken, Nemeia, going as Typhane, was taken into custody by the authorities, and Edie has been sneaking along behind. Void in Archibald guys found the Secret Keeper Falone, made contact, and then arranged a meeting with him later this evening at the Ye Olde Bears Tavern to discuss being introduced to his employer. Quoras, while keeping some stealthy watch, did find an exchange happened between Secret Keeper Falone and Snurry Crag Delver. Couldn't see what it was exchanged, but he did see that one traded something with the other. We pick back up. Void has just been left at the punch bowl after having arranged that meeting, and Nemeia has been taken into custody. So that is where we pick up. Nemeia, you were taken into a carriage by a bunch of guards because you are not in the Kendrell Heights. You guys are currently in Upper Gakos, so you are being transported back to Kendrell Heights, to the castle. Edie, when you see them get in the carriage, what are you going to do?
How far away from the building am I right now?
They are pretty much in that
Right
big opening
outside.
area. Yeah, like where you see the statue of that human wrestling a lion that you saw as you guys brought in. That's where the carriages were left off.
I quickly flick a message to Nemeia, and I just am like, "Don't worry, I'm gonna follow you. What do you need from me?"
Can I reply like completely mentally, or do I have to speak out loud to reply?
Message is a mental.
It's it's a whisper, but it can go anywhere. It doesn't need to be like.
Yeah, so if you were in an area of magical silence, it wouldn't work. You whisper, but only Edie hears what you whisper.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have to talk like out loud.
It has a verbal component, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, whispering.
I'm going to adjust my mask and sort of try and cover my mouth as I reply. Finish the mission, get the others, come to the castle.
Okay. I then, as soon as that happens, and obviously they get put into the carriage, I flick a message to Chorus, and I'm like, "Hey, Chorus, it's Edie. I'm following Nemeia. Tofu and I have got it. Meet us at the castle." And and that's it. and I follow along with the carriage.
Tofu, the diabetic mouse, is on the case.
We got this.
Wait, I'm sorry. How are you following along? Are you? Did you say...
To begin with, I am gonna look for Aldym and his horse.
Okay. Aldym is still inside with the horse. He is just trying to drag Gary through. Gary's not being really interested in being inside.
Are there any horses or another carriage out the front or anything like that?
There is kind of like a it's almost like the you know, when you go to a nice restaurant, they have the stable hands like bring
Valet?
a carriage around.
There's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
stable
They got
valet?
parking.
Yeah. I'm gonna go help myself to a horse, maybe.
Okay.
I'm just gonna walk up to the most friendly looking one and pretend like I own this horse, like there's no tomorrow.
GT.
Well, they're
Grand Theft
carriages.
Equine.
Good God, that you have a carriage that you came in on.
Oh, perfect. I walk up to the carriage that looks familiar to me, and I just take a horse from it.
So you're gonna take the time to just like to are you cutting it free, or are you gonna actually cut it?
I'm trying to do this quickly.
So you're going to take out your dagger and like cut the harnesses and stuff off the horse?
How many horses are there? 2?
They're usually pulled by like 2 or 4.
Not to overly complicate it, but she would not have her dagger.
Right.
No, I don't. Is there
Those are
already a
horns.
driver on the carriage?
Yeah, they're waiting for you guys to.
Oh shit. Has he got a dagger?
Drivers don't traditionally carry
do
daggers.
we leave our weapons on the carriage?
You guys never specified. I assume they were left back at the inn.
Okay, that's okay. I jump up onto the side of the carriage and I'm follow that carriage.
Okay. And he starts like slowly
Please.
like taking the horse out, like trying to like get him ready. Like, hold on, you gotta. And they eventually start following along. You're a little bit behind, but still within view sight.
Cool. Bye, guys.
So you guys
See ya.
take off. What are you? What are the rest of you doing at the party then? Void and Quoras.
I was gonna leave you with the carriage and some horses, but you wouldn't let me take a single horse.
I
Void
didn't
still
do
has
anything.
Void still has a carriage.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, yeah.
Void came separate.
So I guess Archibald will find an excuse to walk up to Chorus. Assuming if you
The initial dance is
have-
over. Now people have kind of split up and are doing their own like dancing with each other kind of thing.
have you unassassin's Creed? Are you back in the open?
Yeah, just walk back down.
Oh, we haven't met. Hello, I'm Archibald. Oh. You seem to
killed
be
him.
coming down with some sort of malady. Can I give you a checkup? Here, and pats your back.
Turn your head to the side and cough.
Oh, hi.
Well met. My name is Malchus. I believe we have not had the pleasure of meeting. However, I believe some of my friends might be in trouble. Very specifically, one of the chaotic ones is on their own, which seems bad.
I feel like technically that doesn't narrow it down, but also, yes. I noticed that there were some complications on the dance floor that may or may not require intervention. Should we intervene?
I believe Edie is attempting to intervene already, so yes, we should definitely go.
That's not an intervention, that's an escalation. We should... I will follow
Let's go.
Chorus out of the building.
I forget, we brought the bag of holding, right?
Yes,
and you
I
brought
checked in the bag of
eulogy.
holding, yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we gotta uncheck our weapons and
Yeah.
magic bag. Just standing there as this like chase is going on in the carriages, and we're just holding a ticket. Like,
Yeah.
this is the longest coat check
I would
in the world.
I want the animated version of this where it's like hard jump cuts from like Edie,
Yeah.
follow that cage, and we will just like it's
Just
no,
light
it's the
jazz.
other bag. It's the
Light jazz in the
774,
background, yeah.
77. None of you are literate in that stupid little box, are you?
Eventually, you get your stuff back.
After they spit in our bag of holding after the nonsense I've put them through.
All right. Well, Edie said meet at the castle, so guess we go to the castle.
I guess so. And I'll hail the carriage that I came in, and I will very quickly check that Eulogy is still in there.
Did you have Eulogy in the bag of holding, or
Yes.
did you put it in your robes?
No, I wanted to have Eulogy come in with the bag. My palimpsest is in my robes.
That's what. Okay. Perfect. You get your stuff, and that's why you were not dancing very well, is because you had the palimpsest positioned weirdly. You get your stuff, and
one leg
you
was
guys
heavier than the other.
Are free.
Eulogy is still in the bag.
Yes.
Okay. Clamber into the carriage and
A few minutes behind.
Yeah.
You know roughly where they're heading. Okay. You guys.
I will
making
inform
your way.
Chorus once we get in the carriage. I'll drop the Archibald voice and talk in Void voice, but keeping the face on. I did make contact with Felone and wants to meet up at the pub later, the Yield Bear, but I don't know if we should do that regardless of what happens with Nemeia. This situation has gotten very complicated very quickly, and I was hoping that invoking Aldym's name would get us a little bit of leeway, but apparently we underestimated Stedd and this whole theoretical murder thing. I don't know anymore.
It's probably not theoretical. Just I have a feeling Nemeia murdered those people.
Yes, but not
Deserved.
But not in the, and also not in the most likely not in the regular murder way. More like the blackout and wake up murder way, which I feel like is slightly more forgivable, but I'm also loose on morals, so hard to say where that line really is, and I doubt the
I feel
law
like they probably
cares.
deserved it, even if it was in the
They
regular way.
definitely
So
deserved it, yes. I should have just shot Stedd. Let's go.
You might have a chance.
That will complicate matters rather quickly.
Are you just doing message, or are you guys talking?
We're just
Talking in
the
a
carriage.
low voice. The carriageman
The
should not
carriage
have a
driver
chance of hearing
definitely
us.
not trying to hear you saying, I should have just shot Stedd. Yeah. Definitely doesn't hear that. Okay, perfect.
No, low voice. Not. Is there a window?
We should have killed him.
We're putting that fucking privacy window up in the middle there. Roll that shit up, you.
He's trying to tell you about all the. Yeah, let me tell you about the person I had in here last week. He was. Yeah.
I don't care. Roll the window up.
All right. You guys get to the castle. Nemeia, you arrive first, obviously, and are escorted in and led down, not to the council chambers, but to a almost like a holding area to be interrogated, like an interrogation room. It's not a cell. It's not a prison cell. There's a table, kind of like, I mean, think you get the hot lamp kind of thing pointed in your face, but it's not really that. But it's that kind of vibe where there is a bar where you can be shackled to a table if necessary. Currently, because you haven't been resisting, because of the assistance that you have provided, and because you came back, they're giving you a little leeway, though there are multiple guards in the room with you. There is appears to be a mage of some sort in the room with you, but Stedd is not allowed in the room. Dominic is the one that is in there with you. And he sits down across from you. Edie, as you arrive a couple minutes later, what do you want to try to do?
We've been in this place before.
You've been to the castle before. You've not been in the room that she's in.
There's no way I would have seen where she went.
No, because she got there ahead of you, so
Yeah.
she was brought in before you arrived. You see the carriages out front, and you recognize the castle because you were here yesterday.
Yeah, Edie's on a roll, but doesn't actually have any sort of thought as to what is happening. So as soon as she kind of arrives up to the front, she jumps off of the carriage and just heads inside and is gonna just start like you like a maze. You go up one hallway, it doesn't not this round, back down, up the other one.
Absolutely stop you at the entrance.
Hi.
People just can't walk into the castle.
Oh no.
Hi. What are you doing? You have an appointment?
Yes.
With?
I'm so sorry. I misplaced their name.
Ah, well, that is most unfortunate. You cannot enter.
But maybe?
I'm sorry?
But,
Do you have an invitation of some sort?
Yes. Let me just...
A summons?
Yeah. 2 seconds. And Edie's gonna, like, go through her pockets and try and find, like, a rock that she's collected at some point that looks very similar to the sending stone that got her called into the thing. And as she does that, she casts prestidigitation to make it look like the sending stone that we had the last time that allowed us to talk to the council.
Does prestidigitation allow for that?
It can change the... Yeah.
It'll come at me with some psychic paper.
I create a non-magical trinket or illusory image that can fit in my hand and last until the end of my next turn.
Okay.
And so I just make, or I can make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or surface for 1 hour. So if I manage to find a rock in my pocket, then I'll make it a symbol.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever hold the sending stone that they gave you before? Or
I got to look at it. I was excited about it. Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure you've seen it before.
Have.
Okay.
You could make me roll to remember, but
no, it was yesterday. It's fine. I just want to make sure you actually held it at some point to get the. Well, this is, but the council is not meeting. Who was it that summoned you?
They were in such a rush. I'm really, really genuinely sorry. All I know is that I was just summoned. Do you think that you could check for me?
Yes, but who would it have been? Like which department? Which we could reach out to the head of that department.
Can I make a history roll to see if I could remember a single name?
You can.
Ten.
It's right on the tip of your tongue. Just pick a... Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick a number between... Roll a d6.
1.
The one name, the one person, and you've seen her the most, Aldym.
Aldym, that's the one.
She... All right, we will send for her.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I'm just gonna kind of like go back outside. I'm guessing I'm gonna go look at the walls of the castle as they... Okay. Did they leave?
One of them left. They're not leaving the door just empty.
Okay, that's cool. Just noting.
If they both left, I'll just walk in.
No,
okay.
Is it and cool. I just make like a little step around. Can I see in the gates?
Like, are you saying in the castle or in like the courtyard?
Into the courtyard, like as in into.
Yeah, you're like into the courtyard area. You can't see in the castle. The door itself is closed. Like one of them
closed completely.
Closed. Yeah.
Even when he opened it, I couldn't see inside at all.
You can make a quick cursory glance, yes, and you can see him disappear down the hallway. It's a pretty standard entryway. I'm not going to make you roll for that. It's a pretty standard entryway where he disappeared too. You having been here the day before.
Courtyard?
You're in an open courtyard. Yes, the court, like you can come up to the, like, you weren't like coming in like with weapons blazing or anything like that. You were welcomed in.
I'm just thinking about something. That's all.
That scares me. All right. A few minutes later, the rest of you arrive and see Edie waiting. But we will first go to Nemeia.
Seeing the chair, Olive confidently just walked around, sat down, given the dress a bit of a flick, and then sat with one leg over the other, accentuating this split in the dress so that as much as my leg is revealed as possible.
This is all well and good, but not necessary here. Please do away with this. This is a serious accusation. I don't like the bastard, but his son was murdered.
Not doing anything. I've taken a seat, and I'm sorry for his loss.
This is a performance. This is intent to fluster or flatter or sway a male opinion one way or another. It's not going to work here.
I simply took a seat. As you can see, this dress is not designed to be interrogated in.
We can offer you more comfortable clothes if you would like.
I'm fine.
Fair enough.
If you cannot maintain professionalism...
Oh, the professionalism
that's on you.
is not the issue. We're letting you know that that will not work here.
And I'm not trying to make anything work.
Clearly. So, tell us what you know.
I have. I confirmed that I was a worker at the Petals Due.
And what do you know
And the
of his
rest...
son?
I know he frequented the Petals Due.
And you just happened to go missing the same night he and several of his friends were murdered.
Yes. We were attacked. I was outside, getting some fresh air with a friend. They approached us for a conversation, and a monster came out of nowhere. Ripped them all to shreds. Tore my wing and carried me away.
A monster came out of nowhere.
It was like
Make
it
a
came out of the
deception
shadows.
roll. Make a deception check, please.
Deception. Oh no.
To shreds, you say?
I have a -1, that's an 8.
Why don't we try again?
I'm not lying when I said a monster attacked me.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but you're not telling the truth either.
I was attacked. I was injured.
Then why didn't you come forward sooner?
Because when I woke up, I was months away in Ballantor.
But yet you're here now. And you said nothing.
I made my way back. I assumed the case had been closed and that the monster was caught.
But this monster, you say, it didn't come from nowhere. There was no signs of any other... And he looks at your hands right now. You have claws. You have teeth. Is it not possible that the wounds that were inflicted on this young man who you say was there having a discussion with you that then ended up dead? Is there anyone that can corroborate your story?
There is. But I
Where are
don't
they?
know. I don't know. And just because I have well-manicured fingers and I'm a tiefling, yeah, okay, my canines are a little bit longer than everyone else's. Stereotyping, thank you.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck.
Your favorite.
Yeah. Wisdom, that's a 13. That's the highest I've ever rolled on a saving throw.
I'm so proud of you.
It's not enough though, is it?
It's not enough. The wizard comes up and whispers in his ears.
Can I hear?
You can make a perception check, but it's a pretty high check.
Okay. I think I have a +1. So, yeah. 9.
You don't hear. Look. Stedd's not in here for a reason. You have done some good for the kingdom. But what you are doing right now is not helping you.
Please tell me what I'm doing.
You are lying. Or
I
at
have
least
not.
you are omitting truth, which is the same thing, and you know it. I am the one person right now who can help you. And he looks
Is
at
this
the guards. He
the
looks at the
god?
other guards. This is Dominic Godefroy.
Yeah, okay.
He looks at the other guards. You may leave. You stay to the wizard. You're thinking about it right now.
The fact that I was almost murdered.
He looks over at the wizard. Go get Grim. And the wizard leaves the room as well. Andrew just told me what your thoughts were. There is a monster within you. That is the monster.
Not me.
I can't help you if you don't be honest with me. His word, with you under this spell, is sufficient. You are guilty by our laws.
It was self-defense.
Then why?
Nemeia's confident facade has
Yeah.
vanished.
Then why didn't you report it?
Because like I said, I had a torn wing. I fled. I wasn't in control. And when I woke up, I was in Ballantor. I never intended to come back here. I didn't want to come back here.
Right now, it is your word against Stedd's. And the fact that his son and his son's friends, yes, they were dirtbags, but they were killed in the streets and somebody fled. And we know it was you. And if it was in self-defense, we need somebody, some sort of proof. You say somebody was with you, but you have no idea.
Yes, there was someone with me that night, but I don't know if they survived. A drow. Kori.
And you don't know where they're at.
No.
Would they have been... When did you last see them?
That night.
So they were left behind at the scene.
Yeah. If they survived, they wouldn't have gotten very far.
Let us wait for Grim. Do you need anything? Do you need a meal, a drink?
No.
The rest of you have arrived. Aldym has been summoned. You're waiting for her to arrive. Are you guys doing anything once you've pulled up? Are you still dressed up as a old man?
No, under this circumstance, I would be non-old man.
Okay, who would you be right now?
I would be Void.
Okay. Edie's pacing.
On the way, Void is just going to, like, as the shift happens, getting the Mima cloak back into its original shape. Void's going to say to Chorus, "You remember that deal I made you promise to, right?"
Yes.
Void's going to pass over eulogy to Chorus, and also the box that holds palimpsest.
What are you planning to do?
Just in case it would help, I figure I might be able to be the monster they need. Just in case.
All right, but we're not sacrificing you. We're all getting out of this.
We'll see. One step at a time. I'm not going to do anything rash. I just want to have, if I do anything rash, I want to be prepared for it.
All right. I'll tuck it away.
Get out of the cart.
You see Edie pacing, waiting for Aldym.
Edie, are you alright?
Yeah, they took her in here. I called for Aldyn. I don't know what to do. And Edie kind of like does that half jog, half run over to the two of you. I just want to get in there and get her out.
Same, but if we don't follow at least some sort of procedure, it will only make things worse for everyone.
Yeah, I've been stopping myself from just bursting in there.
I don't even know if bringing Aldyn into this is the correct maneuver.
That's the only name I could remember.
No, it's not your fault. I just can't see the whole board.
It might be time. Go ahead, Edie.
No, I just thought any way to get in is better than no standing out here, I guess. Can I try send Nemeia a message from where I am?
Let me read the wording on the spell, because I know you can go through. I need to see what the range is on it. I think it's
120 feet.
You can
You
try.
can go around corners and stuff, but you
Right.
can't go through.
It can only go through a foot of stone or 1 inch of common metal. So you could try, but it would not reach her. But you wouldn't know that necessarily, so you can try.
Okay, I just send out a message being like, Nemeia, are you okay? Message me if you can. It's Edie. I might just flick them off every now and again, just in case.
Yeah.
I feel like before we get into this situation, it might be good to just lay out all the information that we know. I'm sure Void, especially if you've gathered most of this, but I was investigating a job the last time I was in Seison, and I'm pretty sure it's what's related to this. So, Nemeia used to work at a club here in Seison. There were some patrons, from what I could gather, who came in and wanted more than she was willing to give. She Nemeia'd out and killed them and ran. And as I'm gathering now, one of them was the son of Stedd. It was pretty bad. If you remember the books I was looking into when we were at the college, I was looking for what could have done that. That was about when I realized who this was and what was happening. But I don't know what
When
we're gonna do.
She bit my face.
Same thing,
When,
yeah.
when you say Nemeia it out.
Yeah, monster form.
Hmm. But then they deserved it, right?
Oh, absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind that every single one of them deserved to die.
Yes, this is not about morals or justice or what's right. This is about stupid, petty, mortal laws.
Let's get her out of there, yeah?
Love using Nemeia as a verb.
Yeah.
It's like hulking out, but
Right.
Nemeia out.
Neither of you know well enough what Kori looked like, right? I couldn't.
I don't know who Kori is.
Okay.
Wait, had Nemeia talked to Edie about Kori at all? No.
She mentioned him the same time that she mentioned him to Void. It was back in the tavern in Ballantor. I don't know if Edie's connected the dots to remember who Kori is.
Oh, yeah, if she didn't name him to her,
I mean,
then
I don't know that
absolutely
Edie's
not.
connected the dots to the message in a bottle yet either, so.
What message?
So Nemeia's only mentioned Kori twice, and it
Mm.
was in the presence of everyone.
Not enough to recognize him or know a description.
Definitely didn't give a detailed description.
Aldyn's already been invoked. I don't think that we should do anything.
Okay.
You just sit and wait.
Okay. I'm not good at waiting.
Neither am I.
As you wait, Aldym does show up a few moments later. Yes, you... She sees the three of you. I see. Yes, stay with me. Let them in.
Oh, yeah. As I walk past the guard.
My apologies, miss. Next time, if you lead with the summons, and the name would be good. We
Told
have to
you I
protect-
forgot.
Well, yes, but we have to
You
protect the
remember
council,
my
especially
face.
after the death of the king. We have to be even more protective of the council.
Mm. It was a test, actually.
Excellent. And she leads you in and takes you back and takes you into kind of her office area. What's happening? Did you have success in locating?
No.
Yes, we had success with that part.
Yes?
Yes, sorry, Edie, I didn't catch you up with that part. We had success finding the contact. We're supposed to meet up with him later for more exchange. But Stedd and Godefroy showed up to the party and decided that it was just the perfect time to arrest Nemeia.
Why?
Being held in the building.
What happened?
I don't know. They didn't explain anything to us.
You
They
want...
just took her.
Do you want trust, right?
Of course.
So this is said with trust in the hopes that you can help us as best as we can. Nemeia is very likely involved with the death of Stedd's son.
Fuck. He has been harping at that. And I would say rightfully so, since it happened.
He deserved it.
I assume you are correct, but there are
I
still
know I'm
laws
correct.
in place that even protect scumbags. You can't just murder someone.
Yes, you can.
You really can't.
You really don't know much about who you've involved yourselves with.
Yeah. We're on the material plane.
Justice is a fleeting concept for the law to handle, and we pride ourselves on justice, not on law.
Mm-hmm.
If you were saying this to anyone else, you would all be in cells with her.
That's why I led with trust, didn't I? I want this job done. Nemeia is a non-negotiable part of it.
Yep.
We have laws that I can't just throw away.
It wasn't Nemeia.
Nemeia is a complex individual. What would your laws say if someone was under the effects of a compulsion spell? Magic that made them not their own mind?
We could determine that through a spell easy enough.
And what would your laws say about crimes committed while under such state?
Then we would go after the originator of the spell, not the tool.
It's difficult in this scenario because technically they're one and the same, but she does not have full control of her defenses.
Then perhaps she should be in a place where she cannot hurt others, and she should be kept safe from herself as well as keeping others safe.
I do not like you at all. Self-defense doesn't exist. You just have to let it happen.
What
because
self-defense? You just said she was not in control of her. This is the first
it
time
was
hearing
obviously triggered
by what?
By that
something
asshat
awful
little
and
son.
atrocious that these people did.
Is there any proof, any evidence?
Is there any proof, any evidence that she did it, other than what you think?
Or that she did it under malicious means and not under defensive means.
Mm-hmm.
The evidence is there were bodies left behind, and the killer fled the scene.
Yes, the bodies of attacker asshats who deserved to have them cut to shreds.
Well, I'm assuming she is being questioned right now. I'm guessing questions are being asked that will help determine what occurred. And I'm also guessing that there will be a mage involved, detecting truth or reading thoughts to find out the actual information. We can definitely go try to find out.
You have 3 eyewitnesses right here that will attest to Nemeia being a good heart who would never put harm to anyone who didn't deserve it, and who, when triggered under highly stressful situations, is not in full control of her faculties.
If it was self-defense, then there are laws in place to protect the attacked. However, the person was killed and the crime was not reported as self-defense. If there's no one to corroborate that story, it makes it a little harder. If the person who witnessed the self-defense can be found to give testimony, then it makes her case a lot stronger. Do you know who this person is, where they might be?
We know who it is, not
where they are.
where
Means
they
of
are.
locating people with just small information?
We have magic that compels truth. Would that be satisfactory?
Of course.
Then ask Nemeia. She has a fucking ring that does it.
Once again, though, if there is no one to corroborate that story...
The magic corroborates it. I just asked if there was magic to detect truth, would that not suffice for legal counsel?
What truth are you that she was defending herself? That could
That
be
she
a
was defending herself.
That's a perspective.
That's the only thing that fucking matters in self-defense. If you feel attacked, then you feel attacked, and you respond accordingly.
Complicated. The king... There's no one running the kingdom right now. Everyone is trying to position themselves to be the next. The king left no heirs. If she's in with another member of the council, it's very possible that they are trying to work their way to use this to their advantage.
And why do you think we came to you?
Do you know anyone else on the council?
No.
No one worth knowing.
No one we could trust.
Wait here, please. And she steps out of the room. Nemeia. After a little while, the mage that left comes back, and he's escorting Grim Evenwood. You met him in the council. He is an elder tiefling male. Comes in. He's got like some stains down the front of his his robes, and he, pardon me, excuse me, I didn't mean to be. You caught me in a meal. Yes. I apologize. I was summoned. Yes.
Sorry for interrupting your meal.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine, child. Why was I summoned? Grim, our friend here is... and he looks over to the other mage. You may leave. Grim can handle anything from here. Our friend here has murdered someone in self-defense. And we wanted to try to see if you could help us. She said that there's somebody who was there with her that could corroborate self-defense. Oh, yes, of course. Please, go on.
With?
Who is he?
His name's Kori.
Okay.
He's a drow.
I see.
5'9", pale lavender skin, bright green eyes, nice straight even teeth, very handsome.
I see. Do you have anything of his?
I don't.
I see. I can attempt to... do you believe he's still alive?
I really want to hope he is.
Well, I can attempt to locate. Let me focus for just a moment.
At this time, Nemeia's sort of sat up straight and she's grabbed the skirt of the dress and like tried to be a bit more modest.
Let me see here. I'm just looking up the rules of the spell as we speak. That one won't work. Let me try this one.
Last I saw him, he had a deep laceration across his cheek. Last I saw, his lung was collapsed. He was in really bad shape.
But you saw him when you were attacked?
Yes, that was the night that all of this happened. Supposedly happened.
Well, let me...
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Let me do this. There's a couple options. I can try to locate him if he's still alive. And try to see where he might be. Another thing is I can try to see your thoughts and see if I can see the truth of what happened that night. You would have to let me in. Which would you prefer me to try?
Try and find Kori. If that doesn't work, then We'll go with the other option.
It'll take some time. And he closes his eyes. While he's focusing, there's a knock at the door. And Dominic gets up and... What is it? Okay, and he looks at you. I'm going to step outside. This is a moment of trust. He's distracted. I'm right outside. And he walks out. He steps outside to Aldym, and Aldym and him have a conversation. And then he comes back inside after a few minutes. Aldym returns to you three. She's in with Dominic. A mage has seen the lie of the defense she was giving. It was, in her mind, a monster, but it was also the monster within herself. Currently, our head mage, master wizard, Grim Evanwood, is attempting to locate the person who could corroborate her story. She has not yet given him access to her mind to see the truth.
And
She's in his hands.
Did you relay anything about this ring that could compel truth? I'm sure Grim has the ability to identify artifacts and could absolve the fact that the ring works. We've used it in legal proceedings before.
Perception is not always truth. It is perception. If she believes she was defending herself, then the truth would be said, yes, this is true. But if her life was never really in danger, but her perception is that she was, that does not justify murdering 3 people. If we can see in her mind the events as they took place, then we could verify what actually happened. You understand, this is a precarious position for all of us to be in.
Only one person's life is on the line, though. Void turns around and just stares at a wall.
You said truth and honesty and trust, correct? You came to me because you believed I could help you. And now let me share a moment of trust with you. I believe that Stedd is not who he claims to be. I believe that Stedd is attempting something nefarious. Stedd has always been an asshole, but lately something's different, and I don't know what. But I don't have any proof.
Does he get to make the rules then?
Because he's in the council. We have no
Aren't
evidence. Yes, but I have no evidence to use against him. That is what I was going to attempt to have you do once we got a little deeper, is to find out some evidence. Give me something I could use against him to bring him down.
Well, you need
Look, right?
Nemeia to do that.
I need it to be above board when it happens. If it's going to stick, it has to be following the laws.
Do you think he's one of them? The devils? Wouldn't be the first time they impersonated an official.
No, not at all.
want to tell you something. This is way... No, maybe not. Maybe it's not the time.
Please, this is our friend's life hanging in the balance. Any information that could help us is gonna...
This would not help you with her. This is... I want you to understand how...
It's all going to help.
Revelation is both balm and bane. You're trusting us. Let us trust you.
Roll a persuasion check. I'll say with advantage. One of you gets to roll.
Edie?
How's your persuasion?
I talk a lot, but my numbers are not there.
I've got great persuasion. Edie is very persuasive.
This is FaceTime. Get it, Edie.
Please. Ooh, that's a 26.
Yeah.
What I am about to show you is only known by the council.
We won't
No
say
one
anything,
else.
we promise.
And
Void has
she-
turned around and is now looking.
Follow me. And she
I'm
leads you out.
following a few feet behind.
We go back to Nemeia. After 10 minutes, he looks up, and his eyes have gone pure black. And you see his robes that had been stained now are perfectly clean, as if he's dropped an image that he carries about himself to focus on this. I see bars. I see a bucket in the corner filled with... Nope. That looks like waste. Awkward. I see straw that looks like it has not been changed in some... I believe he's... It appears that he's in a dungeon cell.
Is he okay?
He looks hurt, but alive. I see bruises. He's got all his limbs. That's good. Always good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, 10 fingers. Good. Looks like... I can't see his feet very well. It looks like he has all of them. But he looks like he's tired. Looks like he's taking, I would imagine, some abuse. Whether at the hands of the guards or the prisoners, I don't know. Looks like there's marks on the cell wall, I'm guessing indicating time passing.
How many marks?
How long has it been since that night? Like how long has passed?
Oh shit! 18, 20 months?
Roughly that many marks. 20 months worth of marks.
Survived. He's been in prison this whole time?
It appears so. Based on the marks I'm seeing, we would need to find out more information. I don't know why he's there. I just see this person. But if he can corroborate your story, perhaps he's being held as a suspect for it, or as a conspirator in it. I don't know. If he was found at the scene as a living person, if he would not give up information, perhaps he was being held as an accomplice.
He didn't do anything. He was there, but he did not do anything.
Well, if he can confirm your story, we can...
Donnie held him while Victor beat him.
Sounds terrible, and... Look, if this is what happened, the law can be on your side.
If you want to look in my mind, how does that happen? How would that work?
I would look back at the event, and I would see the truth of the matter.
Do it.
Through your eyes. And if he could give his testimony, then we could absolutely find you both free.
That's fine. If you're not going to take my word for it, take my mind's eye for it.
Fair enough. And he goes and places his hands on your head again. And we will go ahead and go back over to the others. Aldym leads you through the tunnels, and she leads you to a room that is heavily guarded. Looks like probably 5 guards on each side of the door, about 10 guards standing in front of this room. And she turns and looks at you. This is the throne room. This is where, well, it will be better just to show you. And she opens the door. And that's where we're going to end today's session.
What?
I hate you.
Break my fucking chair.
What's in the room?
No,
What's in the box?
Please no.
It's just a throne. It's just
It's
an
just a
immaculately clean throne room. There's
Yeah.
nothing.
There's somebody there with like a
One
toothbrush,
limit.
looks like they're rubbing it. Sons of bitches making me work this every day.
I've been
Nobody's
cleaning
kidding.
brains for months.
Plenty of them.
Good job, everyone.
This is not how the night was supposed to go.
Nope.
Next week, guys, episode 46. What?
It's really
Unless
hard
do we want to do Haley's one shot next week, and we can just
sit on this cliffhanger for another
We have
week.
we have to do this cliffhanger, and then we'll do my one shot.
But what if the next cliffhanger is just as good?
Guess we'll see.
Yes, we will. All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us today. We love you. You guys, all the love and the goodness and the kindness that you were dumping out. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Don't miss out next week. This will be pretty fire.
Hello, fellow kids.
Hello, fellow kids.
It's
How y'all doing?
Bet. Anyway.
Shit is lit AF.
AF.
Oh my god.
So come back next week. We will have an amazing reveal, hopefully. But we love you guys. You are amazing. Thank you for 1 year of this little show that we've been putting on. We are just so grateful that you guys have been here to share it with us. Thank you again. We will see you next week. Until then, love each other. Love somebody else, whatever holiday season you are in celebrating, celebrate it, enjoy it. If you don't celebrate anything, still enjoy it just the same. Like enjoy whatever you find happiness in. We love you guys. And until next week, are you ready for more tales?
Always.
Yes.
Stick around for
Always.
raid.
Yeah, raid.
Yes.
Raid.